Hey guys, so today's the day where EA is actually publishing this game. I think this is interesting, and if you don't really know me, I sort of have an issue with a lot of Western companies and how they really deal with their games. But in this case, it's a very fascinating thing that we're about to have, which is we're having a competitor to Monster Hunter. I don't think there has been actually a game that competes on Monster Hunter's level other than Monster Hunter themselves. To me, Monster Hunter is such a great game of how the formula has been changed and how it's been very innovated throughout the past decade or so. With many of the games, it's a very beloved franchise by many, including myself. I really love Monster Hunter, and I find it's very interesting how this drops literally right before the new update of Sunbreak. But the reason why this is very interesting is that EA decided to actually hire a Japanese developer, or at least want to publish a Japanese developer to make their new Monster Hunter title, which is called Wild Hearts, which is being developed by a Koei Tecmo team called Omega something. I forgot. I have to do a bit more research. But these are the developers who created the Dynasty Warriors games. And I'm not really familiar with how it comes with the Warriors or Muso games. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not really familiar with them. I haven't played as much of their titles, but I am very familiar with how they do their formula, and I think this is gonna be really something different. Especially this is gonna be focused on a Monster Hunter title, and to be honest, I sort of have low expectations coming. When it comes to this game. Just simply because EA, again, has a track record of really interfering with much of developers' work. I mean, they really interfered with... I remember Suda51, if you guys don't know, he is a Japanese developer who was into, or created... He's the creator of the No More Hero franchise. He's really known to create these wild games. He has created other games other than No More Heroes, but... yeah, there was a time where he was actually making sort of a horror game, a survival horror game, that was being published by EA, but EA really interfered with his work, and it ended up not being as great, or not what he has wanted to make, not what he expected to make. That's what I'm trying to say. So again, I'm coming in with low expectations, seeing this trailer whenever the game releases. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, if the trailer does look really good, I'm still going to have low expectations just due to the fact that things could go wrong in the terms of business side of things, and I'll get into that later, probably by the end of the video. So let's just watch it right now. That's a rat? Oh my god, the first monster they show is a rat. EA Originals. It's funny, this is something out of Koei Tecmo's art style. It looks so different.
To the land of the East. You do realize
It looks like the presentation looks really good, though. I wonder if it's being made by a different engine, because it doesn't look like any other Koei Tecmo game. Because a lot of Koei Tecmo games really look similar with each other. This one looks really different.
They battle for territory. They clash for prey. But in you is the power to stop this.
Fortnite? Fortnite?
In you, there is the seed of invention.
Oh my god, we're building.
You need only hunt. Trust that in so doing, the seed will soon grow. You will become a force of nature. And tame a world gone wild.
Wait, wow, it's coming out next. Wow, next year. Okay. Now, how can I word this? I'm not really impressed, to be honest with you. And it's simple. Well, okay, I love the presentation, but I feel like a lot of the stuff, like the art style to monsters, they don't seem unique. Again, maybe it's because it's the lack of gameplay and what they showcased. It's I feel like it's like missing something. Overall, I think the presentation looks great. But it does look very arcadey compared to how Monster Hunter is, and it does look very catered. Like, this type of game looks very catered, a bit toned down compared to Monster Hunter. Like when I say catered, it's like catered to a certain audience, like not really for a I guess you say for the hardcore audience. It looks very vibrant. It reminds me of Dauntless. Don't get me started on Dauntless. I was rooting for that game because at that time it came out during days of when Fortnite was taking over the world, and I wanted Dauntless to be as big as Fortnite because I love monster hunting games, you know. But yeah, it just Dauntless and the way it was it was just it was aight. And with here, I think what's cool is apparently there's like a build mechanic, or where you innovate stuff and you build all these sort of things and then you use it against the monsters, which I think it's cool. And again, I want to see much more gameplay of this. It's hard to say whether or not the gameplay will be good because it just seems like they're just presenting on the art style, the scenery, and I'm glad that they showed gameplay, but I just don't know what to really say about it. It's really hard to say. I don't want to jump the gun and be like, oh, this is going to be a horrible game, but it definitely looks a bit, I don't know, it's just missing something that Monster Hunter always does right. Like, because when you would watch a Monster Hunter trailer, they really grasp you, like, with the monsters, the cinematics, like, everything about Monster Hunter, they do it right. And with this, I don't know, I'm just not really feeling it. So comment down below how you guys feel about this, because I really want to know your guys' opinions. I think the presentation of how this game looks, it looks gorgeous, looks really different compared to any sort of Koei Tecmo game. But I really just very curious on how the mechanics and the gameplay are in this game. I really do, because there's much to unpack, because hopefully they'll talk about it more. And again, I'm not trying to be very negative about the situation of like what we're watching. But yeah, like I'm just very curious still. I'm still looking forward to see how it is. I'm surprised it's not also free to play. But what I was about to say about monetization when it comes to EA and their games is, if this game goes a route where they always focus on monetization, and let's say if they do actually put a battle pass or some ridiculous monetization in these sort of games, I think that's where the game is gonna sort of go downhill. So hopefully, you know, things could just work out. I sort of believe of how maybe when it comes to these sort of games, they don't need to rely on a whole big monetization system. But we'll see how this game really is. You know, let's say if the levels and the hunts aren't as unique compared to Monster Hunter, they may need it at that point. Just to milk as much money from this big project of theirs. Because this looks expensive. So, alright guys. Have a good one. Peace off. And yeah, sorry if I'm a bit slow or a bit sleepy. It's because it's literally 7 a.m. right now. And yeah, I just woke up just to watch this. I'm very curious on how this is going to be. Alright, have a good one. Peace.